mindfulness meditation sort of like doing nothing. It's that simple. And it can be understood by reading books as something where individuals pay attention on purpose in the present moment and moment by moment without judgment. Or it could be known by simply dropping in on the sense of the breathing in this moment. And it's a matter of compassion. It's really an act of self-compassion to pay attention to the breath and just kind of be with the body in every moment. And it's a very special, sacred moment. No matter what your religion, no matter what your calling, no matter what your background, it's simply being in the body. During meditation, you literally have everything you need. As long as you're living and you have a breath, God bless you. You're alive, you're whole, you're here and now. And usually anxiety comes from a place in the future, worrying about something that you don't have, or some conversation you're going to have to navigate through with a difficult person later in the day. Or your mind could be in the past, thinking about failing at something or not being the best that you could be. But the truth is that the only time that you truly have is right now. In this moment, this very moment, you have everything you need. You have the breath, you have the body, you have the mind, you have a heart that feels, and you are whole just as you are right now. So regular mindfulness meditation session is real simple. You show up, you grab a pillow, you sit down or lay down if you happen to be doing body scan, and then you listen for the chimes. And once you hear the chimes, myself or some other person who's well-versed in this area will just lead the person through meditation. And the participants are encouraged to either follow the meditation or drop under the meditation and get in touch with their own inner experience. So the idea is just being, getting in touch with yourself, a sense of the body, and getting outside of your own sort of daily running narrative about what should be, what people expect of you. In those moments, there's literally nothing to do, nowhere to be, nothing to get, no pressure whatsoever. Yeah, there's nothing to do in those moments other than to simply be who you are in that moment, even if it's uncomfortable, even if you have a sense of pain. There's no pushing thoughts away. That's a very common misconception with meditation. Instead, it's just being with what is, moment by moment by moment. So we've done a lot of studies on meditation with students who have just, have been phenomenal, showing up 30, 40 at a time. And one of the studies we did was really interesting. We invited a bunch of students in, and they volunteered for a study in which they would take little swabs of their saliva, and in those swabs was contained cortisol. Cortisol is really a stress hormone, and the more cortisol you have, it indicates how stressed out you are. So in the beginning of the study, we had students swab their mouths and sit down and meditate for about 30 to 45 minutes. And then at the close, they went back out and they swabbed their mouths again for cortisol levels. And then the people who know how to do this took those things and put them in centrifuges and came up with the difference in cortisol from the beginning of the study to the end. And there was a really drastic reduction in cortisol levels for all of the students who participated. Ironically, however, when they tested my own cortisol, as I was actually facilitating the meditation, my cortisol level went up, and I was really concerned. Funny story. So I asked the researcher, why did it go up? And she said, actually, your cortisol levels were so low that they didn't even register. So we had to amplify your cortisol levels. And I attributed that to just doing meditation on a regular basis. So if you can imagine what that means for people who do it regularly. Meditation has changed my life, honestly. I've done a lot of studying of this subject and writing on it, but the only way you can truly know what meditation is like is just by sinking into the moment and literally doing nothing. And let me tell you, I enjoy doing literally nothing. It's not like I get a chance to do this in my life very often. But even if you have like one conscious, deep breath, technically that's meditation. So I can tell you that in every moment of my waking life, this practice has changed and transformed me forever. And so part of why I'm interested in sort of getting the word out is because I know it can do the same for other people.